abusuya me de mani ato form ahenia ma bi ma henia ma na akoduru ba bi akoduru embre bi aye ka kire ye se ye di hia Africa for ye hia for Africa for ye say afedie munya family planning munye say munkwa ha munbara ha munum we nye yakoduru ba bi ase obi mpote ne ho ase na nea obeye ne enya de a eye de obi ahyehye apolish ho ase nipa no eye kurase ni mede mani ato forma ahwenia ma bi aye ma yeni ensada enko ho wo sha nkrofo bi wo no ewo ho no ma omaye omadwene se omokasa na omobeka nsesa no ebi ya arafo ebi nso so ye ukọ South Africa obehu part of these people there ukọ Norway dia eno there yes strictly their language omonyo omadwene se omode omokasa ebeto fom kra na saa niama we nam de mani ato fom na makalculate niama bi na me pesa ndem ne ankrankra bia ehye adenti krampo na brofo mpo akasa ne ye omode ano omokasa ye different omo ka brofo na ye different ebi no mo ka brofo na omo silence some of the words ebi to say ebi a masses omo betumi aka asses adenti no omokasa ne te saa yenso a yesua omokasa no aye asenete yesua abcd wa ha sese ye gya abende e de ato ho sese omo nso sua abende no e de aka omo de ho den na ye omo secret we na matena se na makomu na me pese nne me ne wo ebe share bibi abusuya I've observed that there is a plan for everything happening in this world. The plan has been orchestrated by very intelligent people working with dark interdimensional agents. Adiam de meni ato form mahwenu enunye. They plan to make us weak and poor. They reduce our populations and prevent us from attaining our Christ status. Abusuya sa niama we nyina ye niama esese nke ye easy na ma brabo is eye easy na nkoso tumi ba omamu enkrofo ye omo aye yie aye nyina ye dwane eja ye kuro honom akohonom they don't have anything we have here enti eno na ema medwin kwa akire na me bisa me ho sa questions. I do not know who these people are or where they come from. Even if I know, I will never add it to this editorial because me kompo obi enso mi. However, I can see some of their works and it's wild. Coming from the West and it is in the form of my understanding. It is my own theory. We are in Ghana month. So let me take 2 weeks or 2 Sundays to talk about Ghana. I welcome you to the show. We'll share time with Maame Grace. Enti abusia me mankrankra bia akwa ababiom at the time with Maame Grace Jumedie kase so on this platform I'm the prettiest preacher call me Maame Grace me onu aba fefe wo somfo sempakani Maame Grace kwesi ada anopa bia sodomfo no edom ye na ebo no nsia pe na chese me no ebebo empuni mpu na me ne wo ache asem a ebeye ye man yi aye ye kuro yi aye ye busua yi na aye ye fie yi ne senti ne sese wo fie nko a eye yi na wo ti o man boni mu a unni asomdwe enu ti na me pese ye dwene ede buru ye busua ye secular family no na ye de koyenim societies, organizations, villages, cities, countries and also say capitals no na yetimi ka omani nyina abom na yetimi aka continent no abom aye ni yie se wo dwene wo ho no wan dwene obi ho a ba bia ni wonom saa okọ enti no eden topic ben na ye treaty bewitchment of Grimoire, Bewitchment of Grimoire, a Wild West theory by Maame Grace. Ade aye discuss no enunie na ansa na yebe wie no obia benya bibi kakra wo mu atete se wo hwe show ni wie na wo in-depth knowledge about the Amakana platform no ye open and ye for free se won to me nante a wo dey just place a call we will get through to you baby a wo bia e san say ye piki nimdie no Jinabia ni tibia Africa ni Ghana ewo mu no we don't need weapons, We don't actually need enviness or jealousy and what have you. The knowledge. It is only knowledge that can liberate us as Africans at this era. Aquarius era. This theory is my observation of the planet Earth, and I am willing to share it with you here today, and will be willing to amplify it to reach your community if you invite me to your event. For the first time, I have opened my doors for anybody that wants to invite me to an event, say yeah church, say yeah symposium, say yeah bibi awu ye bi awu fo say say ye ntumi nka sansem way nendru ankrankre bia honom no me doors ye open church kra na me doors ye open more for them. We'll share time with Maame Grace. So yes, when you invite me to your church and everywhere, I will come. Maame Grace will be willing to come to your school first, and then me worship schools, secondary schools especially, church, symposiums, conferences, or any important event to speak to your community about Wild West theory. The Wild West theory is my understanding and opinion of Western cultural hindrances that we are unaware of their spiritual burden on us as black people, as black nation, as Africans. Eniyama bi wo hwa ye hunu se eye ni bieye ai se se ekromu akra no se won hye dan ka opa da no ho okronfo tatu amoa na fa brofo ka ho bibia wo beka bi ayampa. That is how high colonialism has done to our brains. Ode ye yakosoro ankasa inti dia me ne wo be che nde no eye mimi opinion ade amatena se ahwe ni yie ahwehwemu ede madwene minim de ne minyansa awurawuramu. That is why I'm saying it is my theory. So wonso so wo theory a obetimi aba ame ya chemedi ka aka kiro se nimde eni ba akofo tirim obi so ha obi so ne sere no bi aso na basa na omo atwetwe enti so wo so wo nimde a ebro de amekan so a obetimi aba. Even though on the physical plane it is luxurious, within the realms there may be implications. To say, nyama bebre wa metimi abobo so na okaka brofo obi beka say an wo de wonte brofo nti wo de ko wanim, but edan so ba menka because no de wontumi nka say me ni more than necessary. Eno so ne ye the glass ahehye ho na se wa hu say light omudum light na obi BP akosoro frustration. Se ya internet started say ye se mo hu the check up okọ banka usi kakra ntimi the system is slow. Light asem ye ba ye eno so say abusunya sa asem ye esi mo hwa e problem na e wo ho ana asem mo ankasa mo anu asem e kopa mo amu paase ayi bill ena ho punishment ena mi di twema nka ho mpa twa eno de nka ho kra ye ni gisa ye niama bi aburu niama bi so ka sakese obi ni sika kra show off na ne car no eye me nka say ye bone. But eno na yehia as black people ana sa niama no ye papa ana ye bone eno enende me pese me newo ehwem. Those who force it on us no more than they told us. Wa wote abrochire bia be honest. Abrochire esikafo pa na hi no omote cottage wate ne ho ompese obewo township nipo esikafo pa eye Ghana pa na wote akurase wo ye hiani wote nkran na wo ye sikani wa wote abroche bia no wankasa bi honest say this they don't want baby a de bebre wo aye crowded na danya tintin ombesi dia yo mo factory yo mo companies ba ye de obi te akurase o ye nipa bone na de omo si na omo de ye factory ye companies ye de si ye dan a ye dam na ye de bi so esi asore nso ye nya adwuma anye abusia. So we kwa brochira all the lighter senses utwemu ana so utwemu wi ana adum Ghana ye pese ye so light ni susu from 6 to 6 na obi etwemu ohu se ye fie no efe nkaboni bi enim. But is this management the ode bre ye as a luxurious kind of life ye omo de abre ye ni ewo mu poten no omo ka kire ye se wanya natural amba wo ho a den na de bra ya hwehwe sa niama we mu ehu ana sa asem we ene ndem ne wo ken. They had hidden spiritual agendas. Let's reveal those agendas and see. Me per se bibia western world no e de abra yen tie ne ye me ka no me nka se enye but se wo ya ade a who the in and out of adekon a wo ye the bad and the good about it. So wunim sa niama we na wo ya ebeye difficult say ebedi wewu ana ebedi udem. Na se wunim na obi ye nti na wo ya eno na cost a lot of problems at the Africans because anything that ye introduce ma ye pe ni ya to ahye so ni ye guso ye ntwe ni hwe ye chi baby a ye du sesi ano me pese obi ye twa nani ehwe nachi wo twa wani hwe wachi no na wo hwe wunu ano ma na wo twa wani hwe benkum ni mfa na wo hwe wunu ano ma wo ho na wo dwen wo ho a wadwen wo ho aka wo so da baby a wo gina no asomdwe ebeba ho because o di asomdwe to wo fi a ebi di tuo ni nsekan ebeba wo so aba abehwehwe sa asomdwe ni bi. We all know our society. If you can easily westernize, you are a big man or woman. So what to me can brofo. Now we share coat or siu yimua. When I wear boga. Aye. So what to me can brofo. Now we share coat or siu ya yetimu okromu hey this weather. What's na share coat? Yenum bebre ya adwena nane. Ya de wa bebre wo kwa yenya na ye hwehwem ye ho ai because ye pese ye lead the western world ye kwakwa ye kofa bibia fe coat edan ahodo ne ade but invention ne ade ekoso wo ho ne de lawu eno de yemfa bi mma ai metwa so you are a big man or woman but let's ask ourselves, does it have the same effect on you spiritually? Adwena eniama na wo akwa wo book mu no ye nananom tumi ka asem bi se ese no adwene nko ene nyansa nko ebi so ka se wonni fie nyansa na momi yendi nokre knowledge na mo akwa anaye akwa from school edigu ya adwene mu na eno na ema ye ho guy no honestly when they say spiritual na spirituality is about you the person ade bia ewo wumu a wo be upgrade na to ka talent sing sa niama ni nyina ye niama eye wo spiritual being because o be wiase a omo se ye won krabia ene ye wo shebre omo ka onipa bia wo a special something ewo ni mu a obetimi aye se onipa ni ko school se onipa na nko school obetimi aye enya bone se wo be akwa knowledge ne dia ka ho but me pese me bisa ne se knowledge na ye akwa wo books ni mu no ye add to your spirituality ana ekum ye honhom ana niama eti ye mu no sa niama we na me pese ye hwe na obi ba bisa se na brofo de ye den na ekum nipa ekum nipa honhom sem ana ekum nipa ne kra ne hyebre ene ne nkrabia eti ni mu eno na me pese ye to ye bo na ye bie mu because ekrom ha me kan obi ba kasa me brofo me call school baby. I was telling them, say me my English is small. When I say that, then they take me serious because of asamende me ne wo ba be she because wo brofo sa and I went to sa anyway. Na ne ono so wo brofo bebre no sen na odwen aso nipa bi anim se oda na onipa bi anim se oda ne enti a ye da no ya hwehwem se den nti ne ye da emfa so oben na wo so onipa beda in fact ye bi se ye ho cross adenti ne ye da ye so da ye eda ye na free hefa eye den emfa so oben na wo so onipa da otumi so da ye. Do we find out is this in school o kire we wo school ana nti se wo kosua grammar no na wo ka brofo akese ne na wo hye quota dia me bisa wo nie ne awa akwa wo book ni mu no wo de atale dia ewo wo mu no because wo ye ne sa na wotumi create bibi ema ne ye fefefe aso dia mu brofo akese ne mu degrees ne mu book ne sa mu certificate na sabe mu fancho de tekere nkate yenye yi o de pepa otokra po asabe yenye yi no ye bisa se ade wo spirituality to you as a person and no pese me be saying when you speak big grammar and work in the culture of the West, you may be aketesia on the physical plane, but what are you in the schemes of soul dealings? Adia me pese me bisa no enu nie pa se wo be ya aketesia wo be ya doctor, we are happy for you because we need you. Minim doctors ni bi wo ho a omo de omo spiritual life omo talent ka ho yare bia wansakra de wo no obekasa wudu fia na ho ato bibisa o wokona woka weni nyina wi when it comes to the schemes of the soul dealings now, where do you stand? What do you know? What do you have? Sadia way na yenhwe enunti a professor, a lawyer, a judge will go and sit under somebody asabe mo fanta me onko school da no chere Bible mu atere no odidi obekwa kotua ni sika na ma no. What has this kind of knowledge na ye akwa no aye amaye medical aka? Nobody should think say oh acquire those knowledge na ye bad. Maka achiro mo me wo lawyers wo me mbam, me wo doctors wo me mbam, me wo pharmacists wo me mbam, me tua school fees apartal intimate ase. I'm not rubbishing it. I'm not rubbishing it. But the point I'm trying to make is that dia wo akwa wa bonten na wo dia beka dia wo wumu no ho no. Dia wo wumu no we gurumi na dia wo de beka ho na aku no ahye ne so. Because adie bia onipa hwehwe se obeye bia ye ade ewo nipa ni mu. Adie bia wo fafra bonten edi wura wumu no eye stranger. Se ansei bibia ebehye bibi so. Ya dwene sa asem we hu eno na me pese nne yeto yebo na yekom. We cannot stop people from perceiving westernized people as more important than someone in the village who cannot speak good English or behave like a westerner. Yen to me stop you bia baby aya bedru no se wa hu se wotumi ka se wo nananom kra ye bosom na wuni ye nananom som abosom obi osom bosom banem. Nti so obi osom bosom ba ne wa wo so ye bosomsum ni wo ye bosom asini. But this is how we think. Yen to me ade ye originality emfa nka ade na ye akwa no ho. Eno na me pese ye hwehwem hwe se bibi wo de ye esua beka ho no ho a ehye ye template ni ye shield no edamage na eno na me pese ye dwene ho enne. Why? Because Western culture is wild. It is wild on our awakening and our spirituality. Se ukosua sa niama no now de beka wo ho a na bibia ya wotan ahaban kra ya wotan but o man cabbage dia obedi. And because of this no na nkrofo so capitalize what we hu say I because enhaban ba ya wotan ye way of life no. Listen, every black man will color ye black, gold and green. The meaning is that a rich black man living in a forest. Inti forest na yeti ye didie enwura na ye ewo hono no. Ena kwa ne beka ena onipa so ndi twi ena nani kodi twi ena twi and then we go to the tree nation. Abusia enwura mu ni yeti inti leaves ye way of life. And when you talk of gold na kalana and then how rich we are as black people. Black ni ye skin no. What I say into who be beneath and can say now we about copy from the Western world no. And now who said leaves ni ade ni nyina bogus. What you don't know, they said it's the same leaves and the plant they use for these orthodox medications. And when ye nim no. Enti wo sa na wo se o ahaban de enye tan na ye se ya sori so kaseti ya adunsifo na ra na obi so tena se no se na mo mpede ama me mfifa aduane ene awa wo bobre ene wusu no na menye ne spirituality na ebi mu atete taame ewu na baabi agi baabi a na no de wo be fesumase na wakoto. How do we calculate this as black people? Ehefa na sa asem wei ede ye beko metowaso yesua de ne saa na fe ye wura fi ye ho ye wura fi ye bibia e na abeduru sambre ya abedusu ya oba yi chop money a wo be ma nso ba obepra because abrotire abrabo no is made for two people o se me kwa adwuma meba ye sa wo no aduane na wo sua no na unim se beba ha se no African for mema so de omo hu Garden of Eden sa Adam wan aduane wo ba bia na Eve anu aduane omo si even enu aduane and as say mo de Western life na be ka mo ho eno so abeye part. It is the main reason why a lot of marriages are going down. Cause ye nananom obeware ma 4 ene o matne fie awo 10 20 omo nyina omo tifie wo they were not greedy, they were not selfish, and then man na be selfish or worry or say nya wedding dia me nye no chine bibi ni a na che say na need a property so dada e ba ne sen e na sesie oba kwa aware a no opebibi be ma so kwa aware a opebibi is because we decided to learn from what we don't know nti aware na nka say ye kwa start na ya ton bibi adada nti obi e kwa investment na akoso no ohwehwe ne profit e arehusamo. Western programs and principles are all geared towards caging ebibifo. And I'm not here to judge any race. No, Makachero. Because I know to them it's about survival. And you know, be jana yere or yare kra no we jana ho or kwa ejuma ni kunu yare kra no we jana ho obi to me jade ba. He doesn't even care 1 month 2 months ne ba no school on kwa hwe ne da because wan kwa ejuma on to me ntia bills no. That is survival mode. Inti saa na obroni so on care ade a o introduce amount. Say best sell wana say en sell because ono de ordering nyina say de obenya baabi atena because omo na cage mu na omote show mu seasons when omo seasons e den na omo tumi dua enti omo ba ha na omo behu say ye de bia ye wa aduane de bia ye yesen de bia ye yesen no na omo be sesa ye niama no ko they never want to go back to where they were enti omo ye a lot of programs na yenya na ye wo bibia no what program na yaye aye di protect ye ho e arehosem kese e de ma before. There are Africans whose genes are not susceptible to anything Western, from language to food to clothes to everything. Ye won crofoni bi wa still la omo da so kita omo niamam ba ye hu omo momu ne se omo ye moa sa na se ye hu omo ana obi a onte brofo bi enim nyansa na me pese bi bisa we esikafo a wokrom ha a ye enim omo no omo da so omo ye hu omo social media omo nsa da ni hwe sa real rich people no omo wokrom ha most of them omo nim omo nte brofo ahwere pan kasa na omo kan that Korea better. We call most of these people bush people. They are sometimes termed Amazonians and primitive. The Bushmen of South Africa and the San people of the Kalahari Desert have been forced by both Portuguese and Britain to speak their languages. Say na yehu omo. Yehu omo say omo ye bush people. In fact, say see apa mama yendi nokre. Kente nokra ya beji atum. First no na ye she Indian for ntade for weddings. Na ye she fe de ye baya na ye bedu Nigeria for na ye kitekita Igbo fu culture na ye kokope ye. Na fe ye kita bodi ane ade na ye de ye we ni ye de omo ahwene red no e de egu ye kom na nyame adom se ye ba beduru kente. Kente nokra hwe se de ye pam no before mo shentade kata omhu na obi awam ni nufu kota egu ehentoma ni na 3/4 zugu abonten na ye de oyel egu hu na ehumi se echi ade na wode kwaje pro benefit wodam no e da abonten ma obi ehwe nti ebe frefre energy sama ne ho enu nti ne yete aware anim emma pa de mo nka nokore titiri ni African ba you will never attach certain things to them so about ti aware ase twempna it is never our characters. So oba bibini ba edeti mema mienu mema miensa it is never our lifestyle. But see ye hwe. What your bema no kura dada mu na ekoso wo kitchen. Lord have mercy. Obi say adenti na mekasa na nya mercy na mefre. Because languages is not only about cultural expression or big man or woman issues. It has a direct influence on your vibration. This is why it became difficult to westernize these cultures. When we say the way the way ye wo ba ye tu ni din ye ni say no abeye difficult so wo be sesa na ama no completely. Ade se wo papa nkasa elusi ne ho e no no de obeka to say nkranfo no mo yi abofra no ho a no mo de na to form no ma pagya ne de na kosoro asase na abofra ne be nante wo so na ni fruma ebe kwa akohyem no omo introduce akola na ma asase no aka kire ne se wumu no akola ida achi obeba se ne mmere nso ya ye de ni bewuremu a eyi nto mu yi akola no ho naked na omo de na to form na omo apagya akola no akosoro de na kire soro ne asase e control these planes e ho na play this ni na wo na omo control asase no ankranfo no omo de akola na to form na omo de na kosoro na omo abosa mpa ye na ma akola no kama. Yes, say empesa de ni biom. Ne ye de nsuo so akwala na num, ne ye de ensa aso akwala no sensuo wo sensa e ka kira akwala no nokure nie e na entro susu nie ne ya introduce ya ma akwala no we nyina yesi sesi e ya bronsam 70 ye mpe yesi nkwala no bi kura ye to omudin a ye de sugar ni brodo uni ma de sugar cost nipa body uni ma de brodo e cost nipa body na ye de akwala na betena ho ne ya ton akwala ne ores na ya say ye tuetue sika bi egu akwala ne so sasem no meba so dakoro. This is where we are. Emwaye ben ena saa niama we nyina eboa yen omo priest omo be yi afrim besi nne unko a woni wunua ne wadanfo ntumi nkogina we court enware te sesa de abrofo ne ye ne da eno de ya som minimum energy ko asom ade se wukofie ekoye engagement. People have started using their friends in performing marriage rituals. Omo be fa na danfo ne we nti da obema ni bewu ne ho na obehu because the omo be say akoduru bia no akoduru level bia obibini bia ni ho anuma owu a ne papa ene ne maame ana osofo obetumi asie nu ade se abusua na abefa omufunu enti wo de awusua na opesa wo sesa ni nyina sesa na sesa hwe se obetumi asesa common efunu a ewu pose ma na abusuafo embefa no enkosie na. No, they don't want your big grammar. Some of them even talk less because the day language came to man, that was when humans started putting spells on themselves. Ena eto de bi a wahu asem ni bi wo a areho na yesuban asabi before titiri Ghana fo no se obi ka kire wo se Maame Grace onye oye bronsama wafa eno anu no ono ankasa nto ne bo entena se ma ne ho emre kakra mfa nhwe se asem asomasi beka wa asomasi hu eye saa nete ana asoso se asem a oka no oboa we na accosti a lot of problems. Enti se obi ekan obi a oka bibi no wasay obi no nipa oye nipa boni ni obewura wabrabo mu a the first person or person or eliminate free wabrabom eye nyansani a wahu se woni nenam because ono no betufo ama bully na obebuli wo na eye nti obese wo ne ntam obi ka obi hu asam kire wa aya to obu na hwe ne ye because 99% out of people we meet they advise us based on their benefits. Advice no de be ma wo no or de ne ho beto ho ansana wahwe de obenya ansana or the advice na ma wo Mr. Bebrebe dia wusua biara wankasa dadam na dwen ho ansana wa make because enkrofo we na nkasa kra no omo nkasa bebre but yakotena sorry na yakasa abompa ye atia mu are we casting spells on ourselves? Bible say meditate on this book day and night. Meditation requires no sounds and vibration. Meditation will not let you move anything. You will not say anything. It becomes you and the God in you. But yes, meditation is evil. But yeah, kasana yeah mu no. Every spiritual person, Western world, no, they don't talk much. Omo kasa kakra bi. Eya na eye binum se mekire me ho. Senya aha me no wote ya me no wo kasa. Unhia me wo kromu da. Na uhia me nso a me koboko me to ma de awie ya na madane me ho. Someone go closer to me no say na wo ye din sa. Enti eya a wo sere. E na obi sa me sa. Enye se mekire me ho se de a ebinum eka no. No, ba kasa bebrebe, u kasa bebre mpo a wu ntem. Metwaso, language is said to make us intelligent, but it's brought about psychic blocks in human beings. This is a serious statement. Kasa, ema nipa adwene mu da ho anana ni da ho. It is only language and intelligence in a differentiating nipa from all other species on this plane. But eno so no ede na de ba nipa so adenti na onyankopon universe ne bo ye nyina na wa ma ye nyina universal language se ye nyina ye nka kasa baako Ghana hampo ye nyina ye nka kasa baako because we don't promote our culture ninti no obi kra de ne culture e hwahwa no ho ayese o ye tribalism and tribalistic abusia Metwaso. Have you wondered why some Hindu and Buddhist monks take vows of silence? I remember, say, I think 6 weeks or say 8 weeks ago, Papa bi am ferry ni ye na ofre me, na ofre me, na ofre me. Dr. Jan, wherever you are in America, I send my love to you. And yet, Dr. Jan, na the wahaya ye nim in America. We a doctor of doctors. He's in America. Me chiao, no ofre me, no text me, no send me voice notes. But now I was in a silence meditation for 4 days. Intina nyadi ametimini na kasa. But how many people understand this? It is a whole different vibe. Me pesa mo start sadia we na mo practice na mo hwe. Especially wo your ba na wo bu wonsa 7 days no. Matre enya silence na esem te wo hu from fie na hwe nsusuanso a ede bebre wa brabo. Hindu for no ne omo aya me bo Hindus ne Christians ni because omo no when they say spirituality, I'm not saying any other person in Kahu, but omo diye na minim. Say if I'm forced to practice anything, cry eho, and I'm sure say me fall say man fall wa papa kwesi sinti mi say crisis to do wa eho na bi me for because the tongue being imprisoned by language kills a human psychic power of telepathy and other supernatural abilities. O kasa bebre, o kasa hwe asem bie ni wono ma ye kan ebro 1 hour nyansa wo mu biom. Sa woni obi di nkomo a, obedi nkomo na after 1 hour no you people will start talking about other people. Because kasa no, o kasa na ebro so asebe kafra fache me. Wan hwe ni yi a na waka nkwase asem. Nti nkrofo ni bebre omo kasa sa afi na omo keka niam bi if care is not taking you become a joke before the public. O kasa dodo. Learn how to keep quiet. Learn how to imprison the tongue. This is in the Bible. I imagine say me quote biom na say ntia but me quote ba ko bi. This is in the Bible. So wo kasa bebra ebe kum usunsum ni unipedua no dia e control nipedua no ebe kum no the kum abilities na ewom because kasa nkasa e spell. Betwaso. In certain Catholic courts, monks are supposed to take silent vow for 30 days of psychic improvement. Obia ubetumi bia try hwe. Inti sometimes no ebi mu kasa san inti na consultation no kura mejai. Ebi kasa san chese dia woke bia onte. Embe mani bebre fifie o because e man kasa. Bible say obeware oba onage de anka kotena roofing ni so. Ebi kasa nkasa. O kasa sebe you can't think straight. Honhoma eti umu na e ka kire say we ye no untumi nye untumi mpo ndwene nti neto de bia se onipa utwu hu free nipa mu na wetumi adwen na wetwa kasa no so. So speaking alone is spiritually problematic for spiritual awakening. Kasa nkoa tina make sure say ekromu as spiritual people were how me betna na me kan sure say ebi mu ba me office na ma ye shock say so all these things ekoso so who offices are we yes nyina somebody came with from Jamaica and obe experiencing Reiki healing na me dey call no say the Ghana ni no odi o mobile no say eh enti we nyina wo office wo mboso mpo manipa anti da bia hu nsa da nya. We are not advertising spirituality I continue. But a native African speaking top-class English grammar is worrying to me as a spiritual visionary. Brofo no. Inji di say me ji di say yen Ghana for ankasa de ye do brofo. Hwe ye president kura ata de o ka brofo. Brofo dey important to us o. Yen ka brofo mpocha brofo na ankasa omo de brofo me si ogbibini ebe kwa abrochire 2 years na oslange dada. Only time always secret na me maame na kan o say afia na ba bia mokọ dwunso keke ye ho nso brofo na mudi bisa wasam na mse ade ete wono no enti ka brofo na tua also time with Maame Grace and then that topic ben here discussing Bewitchment of Grimoire, a wild west theory by Maame Grace. And no and I discuss ebusua aya amoma ye nsusu accept niama ye adopt na se ye ka niama se obi adapt bibia eya na ye yen se it is only the looks obi send me video bi na nkrofo bi so omo promote African way na we fra kente no but why ni makeup na omo de aduane na good at the same no omo de bankuta na omo de ka na okodware na okita plastic bag plastic bucket na benku na omo ka no esi gas so on say ye ha ye ho mamu ma ye nya ya adwene sese ye go back na ye kwahyehye saa niama no a na ye kofa kenten ne ade a ye ntumi nkoda brope so se unim brope apeto wezo ye ntumi nkoda saa mpa no so ahu enti that is not what it means but niama na ye de hye ye inside no onipa bia oye careful with the odi inside no say nipa no is careful with anything na obe adapt ede akọ ne fie ede ama ne ho ede ama ne mma ede ama na busua sen na ya dwene say niama we hu na enkola nketewa no omu nti omu kro mu kasa wuchi obi ba sebe kafra mo fa nchemi obi wo wa wuchi maame na wohwe maame na nkasa brofo kro obi sa ne ba na otumu za ne brofo na emidie bi onte na nso so no eye by force say weduru nipa mu die say oka brofo kire ne ba na hu say na don't speak vernacular ebo school hog by we feel so obi on to me nka brofo kra o ni sense but I feel wa o ka brofo no o natural sense is that my opinion honestly. I continue. When someone tells you to teach your children to speak their native language, it is probably for Pan-African reasons or cultural heritage purposes. That's fine. And no the obi beka say, and I'm a banning ketri. Yeah, me see, if you be or komu a me kampo na me de akwa me ankasa me mba wo ketri chire omkra na omo de brofu you ano. Wo ketri no no mo di brofu you ano na me ka brofu no kra no manka ne no mo san asre me na me say hey mo na mo ayira na mo nim. But I am telling you that because of what I have been told by some top witchcraft practitioners in the Western world, please calm down on the grammar if you need your psychic abilities to be awoken. I'm telling you. Mr. Tekasano, me catch will say, I don't know why, but I am attracted to witches. When I travel, they love me. Me pe omoho because they are genuine. Whatever they tell you, if they hate you, they hate you. If they love you, they love you. So me too kwanya me ni omo e jele ene omo e bonde. Mo amowo we kra hunya. Mo wa London na nka mo pese mu one of the most toppest. Ono no ka kire me se maame. Se wo pese wo ye herbal and now the herbs eye adwuma till your own forest. Men kwatete wura no wo ba bia nipa ne nam a eho nya wo dia. Own the land, groom your leaves and talk to them whilst they are coming up. Lady Julia, now catch them the rain feeder. She's one of the top witches in London. Or no, omo can spell. Aha. E kromwa de abayisem no kra de. Just say mobo. Or no, and not them sir. So when I travel, I'm closer to them. Me were a Spaniard friend or no so a psychic. Ono no osene na na bed fa abusum bi wo Ghana harararara ono so okane de obeka kira wo say obia or practices anyama we pa no grammar no e wo form naturally ye wo doctors ni bi wo ho a they are very great doctors but Friday and Friday na ebi mo okro mo brofo nye de don't think say omo mom na omo nye omo nsu ade enko akiri ebinum nim this occultic knowledge no mu nim se brofo no ka ne bebrebe a wadwen ankasa ye di creative force na ankasa timiwu. I'm telling you this, you can make your research and learn about it. Ebe kum psychic abilities brofo akese ti obi wo ho ka brofo no saa wie na utu hwe nanim din na hwe na na obiza nza sama okan odwen ho. Hey Ghana ene brofo obuada. I will tell you about some of the stuff I learned in the College of Witchcraft. I have told you this. You know me. Wa uni mi bia uni say me certified witch. Tieni yo, mamu ko kan say me say me before. Certified witch. That's why I say that make witchcraft as a witchcraft weed. Aye Indian herb. any marriage adam me meka sa asem no ho asem na me wie adwuma na me ye no am obi be take over. When they say witchcraft, I'm saying this with every confidence. Africa doesn't know what is called witchcraft, not to think of practicing it. Me na me catch up. I sat in classroom for 3 years, paid school fees for this, and when I go, me tia so lucky say the lecturers, you know, they love me. Those who are in Harry Potter Museum, wow, about my office, they love me. Baby, I'm a kobi me. Minim nienti. Na omo na wo ben omo. They tell you a lot of secrets. E bi ne me pese me ne wo share. Said ya me kan no, me condemn me any race. Wo de ka me nti brofo nti no obi tik brofo. E na eye me ya. Ba brofo na me nti no mabrabo. Me bo mabrabo pepepe. But no cry na make actual until na me choose asem na wutie wi ade ekodwen ho ansa na wo de hatred no e de blind wo ho. I will tell you about some of the stuff I learned in the College of Witchcraft. Now, I have spoken about attending a school for witchcraft. Yes, and I also attended a school of theology for apostolic office. If you know, you know. I was one beautiful prophetess. I was one of the brilliant apostles in school. Now I was competing with men. Now you said you were a Christian. Apostolic title because you had a certificate. It is my choir doctor. Legon. Every year now my graduating now me a doctor. Now me decide this is my business. That should not be your headache. But my certificate is in my 2 weeks, in 4 days, the any bill. And no makoko could be touch. And easy. So I understand how witches operate. And I am a qualified apostle of the gospel. Opposite certificate, certified witch, and then also an apostle. If you want to know the truth, question everything. Be open-minded. Think critically. And learn from every small chance I will be film. So when you are making decisions, you are able to make great decisions. This is me. She said, "Yeah, say, media I have come a long way. I'm not forcing anybody to listen to me, but pick the ones that you think you can pick. That will help you. Leave the rest for those. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not looking for views for anybody. I am in a mission. Now my mission is to wake every African soul. And I'm actually not in a competition with anybody. You can't compete. Because it does not exist for you to compete with who? I continue. A white witch once told me this when she asked me if I could speak English well, and I said no. Sometimes they will ask you questions, and when you answer, then na almost show the last school I me recently no abrofo no ye 57 na me pe na me African na me wom. Na wa hu abrofo no brofo me omo kakra me tinti aya me mfie omo nti aya de bia na mate me ho na mete nchen but ade na ye wo spirituality na ye sua wo ho no na they are see the differences nti ba ko bisa me say wo what brofo ana na me say no ka chen say okura wuni maka ta say me brofo ye 4 pe me sha da anti brofo hu mi sa no me mbon ye but me nim de anti amento brofo. Oh, your time with Maame Grace, so me didn't own him dada. Your friend me Maame Grace. I told her no. She said, "Good for you." Na me say, "Hey, Mami, mente brofo no good for me ubekumi ana." Sana ente sa. Ne nchira se o chire mu na bi. Enye ni nyina na metimi aka. Makakra na me ka chire ye nyina na ya dwene ho ahye. I'll say, at least you don't have to be putting spells to limit yourself. So I wondered why a spiritual Westerner should say this to me. Or say I want to brofo kra ye. O unfani maybe unlimited or psychic abilities. Nti me say, "Hey, Mami, I didn't know okay. Me kro mo to brofo a dia obeye bia no nyo bia saa o na okay so I asked her to explain. So she did. So based on my encounter with the European white witch, this is what she told, and I have created this for you and now for us. I continue. She said the alphabet of the English language has 26 sounds that are used to compose magic to bring the brain into lower alpha and beta frequencies. We, one of my lecturers, me get it closer to know. Me say, no matter what you feel, you know. Go low when you meet people. It will help you a lot. I will one day talk about music and the influences. The frequency, I say so number of frequencies I come use for ndum na a greater impact many pedia. Any sad number to see the original number no of frequency if you need the omodi ashim any influence at the buyer. So I will one day take my time and do that. So the alphabet from A to Z no I created 26 frequencies. Nano na ube who say a word you be any easy. Alpha and beta frequencies obi any wa own him say unima use Google. Why? Obi any one ma own him. Now Google is very helpful. So unim bibia use it because knowledge what we are saying. Obi any ati as for us so betumi aka so no create anything. Nobody has created anything. Memo obi ehunu now. Alpha and beta frequencies. Use Google to understand. According to my witch friend, these are not just letters, but sounds that when put together activate a frequency for the brain to work within. Enuti ni yeni nipa na ekasa. She emwa na omu gina ho no, they talk. Omu biebie omu anu, but omu gina ho they talk. But because the frequencies and vibrations, because frequency no ebi mu fo say sound ne ba abonten pa and ye wo endua no nyina wo frequencies emmoa so wo mo de frequencies no vibrations na ebi ye unknown ebi wonte wo waso. I have to do this thing, so I will take my time and do these things. In so sa no ka kire me or say alpha and beta no omo create a frequency a lower vibrations, a lower the brains. Enti no se wo ho no mo na wo si wo sua grammar na wo fa the alpha and beta the reason we have alphabet, the word alphabet no alpha and beta put together, these are frequencies and also vibrations, and you put it together and na ubenya alphabet. Do we understand this? Into wo bad na pe wouldn't go school no ma starting with alphabet. A is for apple, B is for ball, C is for cat. Abofra na dwene no ya starting massage no wo ho. They are spells. This is what we have to learn. So if we have to go back to Abende, we go back, because now when you go to America, when you go to everywhere you go in Europe, they are now teaching their children about the Abende. What have they seen? Adenti no broni ka brofo a words ni bi wo ho or silence no. Why is it so? Is it that they understand this? Na yenye ntiase ne yakofa grammar no ni yedi abesi yeso ana. According to my witch friend, these are not just letters, but sounds that when put together activate a frequency for the brain to work within. Nti kasa ne ndwom ne ade ayetu nyina no ewura adwene mu eye adwuma ewo adwene ne ho. Na ne yese ye bisa ne se ne aye ka ne aye woso ne aye tie ne efiri obi mu ba a eba yeso no ede ben ena ede ba brain ne so se activate brain na activate brain no positively and not negatively. Why na won ne bon komo ede na wutie ndwom ben na wutie ena me ka meto me bo na ma ye frequencies na ma kire ade a utimpo paiwa ubetumi aso na abo ubesore na uti pae no ko untumi ndampo there are sounds that you can put on your phone. Now they are too closer to you. Better within 1 minute. All these things are there. So ye use grammar no na ye slangia mama ye nsusu. na yen hwehwe mu ye muma yen hu the in and out of the grammar na ye use no more no so we are able to understand the beba yeso ene de emfa mba yeso enti the medical akire o sa abrofo no omo kama me ka se spell a adenti no omo de emfa spell nko omo so they know this the reason the way America for can brofo different from the way British and Britain for a cabrofo we yen hwehwem embisa ye ho say adenti na nkrofo we kro mo brofo ti sei yen hwehwe eno ane say ye tu aguso na ye ka bie what are they costing Africans? What is grammar and alphabet costing Africans? This is where our leaders need to sit down and think about. What they are bende a pronounce word that easy than say would the ABC the a pronounce word. It was just two lower vibrations of alpha and beta. Therefore, they are called alphabets. Medical actually wadada. Alpha and beta frequency no eno ena a creative alphabet a bit lower or vibrations. Mitwaso. This is what we are teaching our 1-year-old children. The ABCD is a process to stop you from reaching high vibration. How come nobody asks these questions? Aden yembisachi yo. So me say at this level ask questions about everything. And sometimes I'm so sure say education is really killing talent. Cause abrofu school omo hwe na akola ne dancing no ye ho ade ade school ho ballet kura wo ho ti omo hwe akola no mu na omo switch na ko ho so wo brofu ni school na ye chenchene omo no mu di education system bre yen wa ha akola class 2 kura ko school a okita phone ekrom ha obi wo SHS kura on to me use phone into wo ba yare ya ye be frɛ wa ko no wewu ensem ni bi wo ho a eto ba bi emre akekoto baby edinya akola SHS no ne se bad friends so se de no ne o makohye nkola ne use phone abrofo no mudi school bre yen no saying school ye painful to them like our own ana bibisa this is just a question can write your answer in the comment section metwaso this is what we are teaching our children o abusuya ye mbisa question bia wo ho again she told me that her late grandmother who was also a good witch told them that English grammar was created by magicians. They used a book called Grimoires. They were magicians. And that is where the term grammar comes from. So grammar. It is coming from a book called Grimoire. That book is for magicians. You can look for that book and read. That is where grammar came from. The other day, we had a black American on our set. No, Cabrofo, fine. Oh, nekasa no. No, be a comment section. Eloquent. Dear. Oh, nipa na nekasa no. How is she eloquent? Sanka ye chi no chene baba. And I will come where you see the level of brainwash with us, eh? Hey! So be a Cabrofo ko we are dear cra. Me wa baba ko ono Cabrofo a. Ubeka se onti Ghana hapo. Ti aya nkrofo bisa ne so ye Ghana ni ana. Na ye DSTV no. Se nya problem na me from na me ka twa they won't give me attention. Enti baby o wo bi DSTV ni nya problem no ne ye be ma na afre because o bet say 1 minute. Na problem no mo solve it. This is the power of English in Ghana. It is sad. Yen to me create she onipa no be ko school no wakosua wakoye doctor oba oye adwuma wo hospital he is still a labor he is still a laborer because doctor no won create medicine na say wo ko see hospital you are still buying making these people rich can we use the grimoires to create a lot of magic aye betumi dia sesa ya bra ba na these people the westerners they've used the grammar to create way for their generation and they are making it. How many people crown on Mumba every SHS or person school abrochire? Look at the fees away a foreign student out. This is how bad this thing has eaten us. Ye bibia ye mbisa question. Ade ne ye ntia se kra ne yate agum. Eye ye fe na ye bie. The aka we don't want to know. I did not want to talk about this because in my country, people will say I am a witch because I can't speak English. No be kano eyemeya. Oh my God. Sometimes I sad. All that glitters. It's not good. Mommy yesusuwate. Niyembra form. There are a lot we can do. Everybody is born into a family, a country, a clan, a village for a purpose. Or your doctor, and teaching chinachi, send by your doctor. In some be wa yanko. Minimobia, or no, see your software, ne banya software, or ne software into your pool. Now, bofrane de ate tie kune ho. Wakosku abe doctor, chinchinachi. Omeye software, see me your software into your pool ne bano. Out of a tete. Or say ye mean kumi hona men kona asamunsa. Efuna no ni yebu kotoje. Eniama shenkrofo pocket mu. Wankasa dia wutie no ne ne awohwe ene ade bia wunim no. Wankasa tenase na kwawo kra mu. En adapt bibi fi abonten na mbe crash dia wudi ba wiase. Enkrofo bebre ni mo hu biom because of editing. Ye be edit photo no nti chinchina opeso oyete say photo na ya edit no. No we jani real self wa abonten. Me say wo hia ma abonten makeup ni mani mo. Me shada anytime makeup pepa ya me ya. Ti me pay makeup. Ba ye see TV dia ye by force. Dia me de me ho akotum ni eniye. Ye wie na me ko pepa buafu. Wa we hia me da bia hu me say me nim plain. Ebi kura hu me na mo aka tem say me ho ofe po chen set so. Hi. Did the Maame Grace, the prettiest preacher. Abusia, eniama ye no mummy yen question. Ni enti bibi ase. I did not want to talk about this so that obi aba catch me say, na me ye bayifo, na me nti brofo nti, na me obi ka brofo, na ye me ya. I swear to God, obrofo a wo bia untimi ne me nya hwe a me fe leader. Eno nya numdwa o. Enya numdwa, no krepa na me ka kire onu. Opa me ye nya nhwe. I was shocked as my witch friend went on, and I remembered that in Ghana, English is our national language. How can we progress? Truthfully, sa asemi amami ken, what do you think I say alpha and beta, obiya funny phone on Google. No reading check. Obiya funny phone, no Google, no reading check. How can we progress? Chinese for monka English, but all the designers ni na omo yewo. Nkrofo we ana ehi omu say endeke. Arab for desert so and no matter they are now bigger than America. People want to go and have fun there. Then first now to go holidays, you want to go to America. Now omo ankasa America for no krompe so omo ba Dubai for holidays. How can we progress Africa for Africans? Hey, the onka English or French. Hey! Obi baby something to kasa beni and come be a president ana. How can we progress so Abusia? We have adopted the style and language of the West. But the West is wild, honestly. What we to coin the beer? I thought they be na me share nkrofo bi o say ade we ya maba na me be ye no. Ye men kwa na betumi aya ma na mabisa nsenti what started to Ghana what to kwanda Togo kuro ni mo so se onu kwa na nyame ayi ni so mbe bibi anso onim Togo. The Western world, the Western life is wild. Wa wo ho bi enim nyame ken. The West has bewitched us. The culture omo afa kwanduasa eso ama African me se hwe se ye se ye bibi si wo na ye di wiase na sinseni a na ya hweniam Africa fo aye ama wiase akosoro a omo fa credit ma ya na ya reho last week no obi tro comment bi wo comment section me refie me reho ye papa o se o ye scientist na eniam omo sua ne niam Africa fo ye no omo fa credit bia ma Africans. They don't see Africans as anything eye ne ya misumi hu ye no na me mood kra asesa. A Juma Africa for you, the talent, the giftings, Nyama Africa for betimi aye. Omo fa credit bia en fa mai. Hopefully, I will go back to Europe and learn more to come and tell you. My friend told me that anytime we speak English grammar, we are reciting words from the magical book of Grimoire. Inti na me say obi an hwehwe bi na on kan no. Ai. Inti monhwe ni ama ye kan. The oka brofo na nkasa doesn't know about Grimoire. The ono or put words need together to create sounds, no. But doesn't know what the alphabet means. And I end there and one see a diso. And no no hwehwe nti sometimes no omo kan asem ni bia na omo slang na omo atwa for words letters ni bi so just to quench and now change the sounds that this alphabet creates. Ye de yete ha won te brofo na akọ obi office kura onhwe wanim. Oh, and so that is the reason we spell words, because it is casting spells on you or on us. And the words are swords, turn backwards, meaning we are using the sword on our own throats by using words. Ye the second 8 minute. A sword na ye try a minute no, and no more than amaye as words. Immediately I remembered what David said in Proverbs. Share Bible wo. Sa so for no be ma kwan a wo. Sese no ebi mo anya sika fine. Omo ba no so omo ye enye yi internet re say mo amanya sika na na monya. Mo ma kwan ne yen fifi sa niama we ni so. The Bible no mo ma yen fanto wo ni yen decode no because ye coded words na ewu. Until we do so, we will be making lots of noise that will bring more poverty upon our lives. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 18. In fact, I read. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is healthy. Our Proverbs so. Kasa words no. It says second etwa. But they are okana no tum no. Ono no ye healthy. Oye nyansani. Ukasa betumi akasa san adan. Obi so bakasa na so nya kasa na okasa me de me record. Uhia me unhia me se me kasa sa ebi kasa nkasa. Wakoto na obi store no. Na odi nkomo watumi adi nkomo from 12 o'clock to 4. Senya nkonkonsa na wudi edi empa na woka. Mitwaso. David said that words are swords. We understood it in another way, that the sort of things you say are important to your manifestation. Bible wan ka say onyankopon ebo soro ni asase a ode blocks ni cement o se ode asem no o se afraid ye ni ho e mane bae. Bible say let there be light, and there were light. Ode na asem no and ode bo wi ase. The words are spirit and they are powerful. How do you use your words? The spell you cast, are they choking you, yourself, and your children? Obi to me catch ne ba say wo be brepa. Obi to me catch ne ba ne say wo de obe hu ne ye be yew. Obi kikan sem de to ne ba so because of anger. You are casting spell on that child. So wanye yi a wo na obeye mobo wo mbere wabom. Me to aso. You say good things about yourself, and good things will happen to you. Kaniyama pafegu maswati. Wa kesi wukunu sa de bia wodo yire kasa kesi ne sa so wa huni amuti mu ofie ho. Wo kwa nkomo be ma. Wa ofu se waka bibi na wa ye bold na opesa wo reverse no. O de o send asem no men frame you. Send asem no voice note. Me share na mama antidote no voice note me pressure. I'm going into my old age with grace. Don't come and give me BP. I don't have. That is also fine. But the raw meaning is literal. Words is sword. And speaking grammatical words is chanting magical and witchcraft spells from the Grimoire. Akachom so obi abetumi agogo book no we read it. Inti ubrofo na wurate na ye wo se wano ate no. Waka hwe wabrabo. Asem bi wona me pese me ka ba me nka. Me jai. Mo pa mo me hwe professors na omo wo book pa no. Ebetumi akofom ahwe omo ma ene omo end. Abusuya, truth is one wohu. Mo me yento yebo. Nobody is pushing anything on anybody's truth. But take your time and go through this. Nafa we need to nkrofo bi so. Na hwe say edi mpa na de wi. Aye na hwe say e relevant ana ansa na wajaji. In all this, I kept asking myself, so how did these abrofo convince us to abandon our language and start cursing ourselves for them? How? My dream ho. 50 time na me fit school by and aya dream kese e wo me so. Na me pese me ka ho asem but na ha me. Because it's gotten to a point ye young ones na eba ni you know ka brofo crop pese on slay. Abusuya alpha and beta frequency. What do you know about it? Write it in the comment section. What does it have to do with Africans or black people or melanated people? Mama ya hwehwe mu ai. Na ya hwe ade a grammar no e de ye yen. Ye ku ye hu. Ku ye hu. Akola bi wo starting no oba no or ye greater artist. Otumi tro e draw niama. Ne maame se meme ye lawyer anti lawyer na be ko si sen. Abofra ne life. Ni ye fa extra classes teacher ni ye say. English is good. School is fine. It's just a normal formality. It doesn't make a human being. I'm telling you this. Think about it. I continue. Abusuya, ya sam na ye mobo. I thought be a ultimate natural Africans are. Hey, such a powerful people. Who be who say ya really almost from from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet. Ya really yem bandan. O ma dwirin dan yen. Ya ji ye hu ba bia enji. Abusuya, okay time with Maame Grace and then we are talking about bewitchment of Grimoire, a Wild West theory by Maame Grace. Eniyama bebre wo hono ma ye ya. Esese yetumi kwa ye chi kakra. Everybody is complaining about the educational system, but nothing is done about it. Is there any reason why we are not doing anything about it? Ana bibi ehye yeso. Mesi senka panyin bi timi frɛ yen. Ɛno ne ye hye tokurobim. Ɛno ne ye ka twin o kasa kyerɛ yen sɛ niama ɛwɔ hɔ nie. Enti mo bɛhwɛ a mo nhwɛ na nko mo kum ni mpa nkasa nipa ne bewu agyadi mpa. Kos niama ne bi wɔ hɔ amenti ase. Even in this editorial, I wrote it in English grammar because my South African brothers and sisters, my Kenya brothers and sisters, Nigerians, now the platform has become international. So our own brothers are saying, we want to understand what you are saying. And it is, you know, downloads, no, so when your voice note be yet 10, no, quabrane international, because member Casa Brof no ha, Munina Mubenya Yadowa. Cause member become Brofa will be better one part, and best 5 years, no moon 3 years. And ko ye 4 pe na 7 na me almost me see informations so ye one na me drop here no me tete so na fe abeka almost conversation no so me say conversations na me ye no so fi matete so say abeka for na me manage even this editorial I say ye mfangu English grammar mu so that we be abete. Where are we going? How is this helping us? No wonder no matter what I say, some people will come back to attack me. Because as many times as I use grammar words, I am also casting spells on the same editorial. And bad energy people will come and eat the spells by insulting me. So sometimes, I am not surprised about said ya yet time yahu bebrebe no. All these things editorial ya me is the most cleanest and the most powerful editorial. But assembly be wo ho no mo a alpha and beta frequencies ni be awrem until lower minds no ebefa, and then they will come and attack you and then they will insult you. I don't know which country you are watching me from, or how you are taking this. But let's ask ourselves, what can we do? As what can we do? Things that are eating us, no, minor things are yankasaya admit. Na ya lane was so ya funny the didn't say we can't live without it. What can we do about this? Why has Akwesi Broni locked us everywhere and at the same time expected us to make magic happen? How? They will come and tell us we are poor. I watched a video, a white woman asking a black guy, say, I learned Africa is poor. Is it true? Na guy no owusu niti no oko. Na Maame ne san friend bi so, oh, I'm asking you a question. No, I'll say, oh man, no, say £5. Na Maame ne say, oh, I don't have £5. Na boy ne say, you don't have you don't have £5, but you are here looking for poor people. No, Jan, these people are saying we are poor. How? I cannot, my mind cannot comprehend when they say black people, Africans are poor. It breaks my heart when I hear that, because it's never ever possible. It's not true, but look at what they've done to us. We are losing our psychic abilities and superhuman qualities just because of language spells. Okabrofo no. On to mean chro. Okoye engineering no ane brofo. O di bo to man so untutu a ogina ho hwe wanim. Wei. Ene yete ho abusua de na ebetumi aye about this. Obi a fa na adwene bra mo yentu anamon bi wate. Na yen liberate your continent, because our children are still here. They have great giftings and great talent. If not, before they finish JHS, na adwene na a crash. Because they keep casting spell. Teacher nini be jina obe cast spell. Ono ni yonko kasa obe cast spell. What can we do about it? Don't speak vernacular. It was. Abusia, me de masam ne ba awie no. Obi say ya me nkasa keto asasem na hyewa. Akwa na oye football no say ja ne hyewa wa wo beba. Sasem na hyewa. Untumi kura nto obo na wakoma. Ade hye ne namfom. And then quatete aponko so. E bole Bible ni mu boyo. Obibini nti ase. It was. People have tried to wake up many times, but their pineal is inactive because they place spells on themselves anytime they open their mouth to speak. Abrofosem. Do you know who I am? Do you think who you are talking to? And hey, nkole kabrofo, pineal gland no ye dum no. Very soon meka ade bi. Emre bi abesin ko they made a research. Na ya me person de credit ni me nipa no. Ti me hwehwe ni din no. Na ebi before ma omo pineal gland e wo mutrim ni ye double pineal gland e wa abrofo ma ni trim. You can make your research. Recently, your research bi ade ewo obibinimu no ebi ni obronim na there is a particular something so ewo obronimu ebi ni bibinu me nyam na me be kan we wa ha mo wa broche na mo awo mo hwa mo maye o wa me nda bie wani na hwa wo ba no ye change akola ni din ye ni awasore agina wo na so what they keep all those data na akola ni nya na ya na ya dwura no 9 months e ya rehosem kese. So I have finally known that when someone is silent or doesn't want to speak, there is a reason. There's power in it. What we see as a problem in the physical world may be a solution in the spiritual world. On kasa bebre eye osakola na jimi. And how dey am bekasa and how dey yetime your body dodo and how dey you saying. There are children who are born spiritual. This thing nobody will teach them, but they understand this already. Because my dear can't catch it. Some kolan ebi mo ye wo mo with a higher vibration. Ye wo na ne papa adwuma say asesa ye wo na ne papa di loto ye wo na ne papa ya promoting no. They came with higher vibrations. Ebi so ba with a lower vibration. Ye wo na ne papa ewu. We no ye betimi aye ho adwuma when we are pregnant. and then the outdooring so ebetumi protecting korano ores abusia baby amede wo besi enenie a soul deciding to be mute on this earth alone understand what is in his or her mind. So be ye come not na hwa ada wo dwen adwen papa wo dwen deep po wo rate mi fi hu obi fra wa wonte. There is power in our thoughts. There is some God sitting in our brain. The seat of the soul is in the brain. Mama yen susu emfa brofo no enhyehyehye ya adwene no emu wo answer utumi de to comment section ho. Shalom, and may we find answers in what is imprisoning our minds. Abusuya mama yen bisa questions what mama yen bisa questions ni enhyehyɛ niamam niama ye tototetare ye demu ye masoa ne ye de kɔ ye nim ade a eka abusuya enwuma ye bo sounds a ye trigger enkola no kwan ye de omofa so niama ye nyina mama ye mbra fom ti ne ye nananom se omo betene ewura anim ene omo honam tuntum ene omo gold ye omo sika na problems bebre sei eni ha te se nkrofo e beto hye ye so omo atese bibia ende twi ni mpo ntitwi dagoma ni nte dagoma ye din nyina sei wudin no nka wo ba say fie sika the vibrations na the sika bro Maame ne papa to me grace by force wo da ne kwa adoma me certificate me tu kwa nkro mo nje ye problem ne so ade ye beboa ye mpene se ye beba fom na ye te sa niama wei ase na ye tumia asese niama mu liberation ni way ene ne kwan ene sa niama se ye hu ye ni ye de ebe yi free ho ni ye de ebe hye ho e de hye ho. How many children can recite Abende? If you can, wo penyimu kura wo hwɛ me no, wo betumi atwere wo comment section ho. Makraw.